This is a cockpit of Boeing 737-800 series aircraft. This is overhead panels. This is aft overhead panels. At your right hand side there is a first officer seat and left hand side for the captain seat. At exactly behind the left hand side the captain seat there is the observer seat is there. The third seat, this is called jump seat. When we enter into the cockpit, we do the first some safety test like a stall or overspeed test warning. So I will show you how we do the test. Just 1 second. First we do the stall warning test. Okay. This is over speed test. Okay. The overhead panel in the 3 sections are there. The first section of the power, second section is hydraulic and pumps, and second section for the altitude and the pack section and the APU sections. We are doing the one by one sections and we give the detailed information regarding that. First overhead panel section is a flight control and a section is there. The flight control section, this is used to select the active flight control system, that's the rudder, flaps, spoilers, and features yaw damper toggle switch. Exactly the right hand side there is DC and AC and DC metering is there. You can see the value of DC and AMPS, the values. This panel used to select the monitor the sources of electrical power to the aircraft, both DC on the left hand and AC and the right hand. It also features the master battery switch also is over here. This is a black color master battery switch is there. At your left hand side there is a navigation is there. This panel is used to control the active navigation device in the event of failure. At your this is a standby power and generator bus panel section is there. This panel controls the standby electrical buses, auto, bat, and off. Auto is a normal mode and will engage the battery standby electrical buses via the relay automatically when needed. BAT forces manual transfer to the standby electrical buses. Off standby the electrical buses not powered. The ground power switches engaged to use a ground electrical power via the umbilical cable, and it is available. The bus transfer switches control the automated transfer of power to the remaining good generator. In the event of failure, the other generators, the generator 1 and generator 2 switches are active, and the main electrical generators which are fed from the engine when it's running. The APU generator 1, APU generator 2 switches are there. The active and auxiliary power unit electrical generators, these are powered by the APU turbine at the rear of the aircraft, which is in the preliminary sources power and prior to engine start. Again in the overhead panel there is a fuel pumps and fuel pump section is there, this one. This panel controls the fuel flow and fuel pumps. The fuel temperature gauge reports the temperature of the fuel in tank 1. Fuel is heated using the engine oil to minimize the icing potential. The lower portion of this panel is arranged systematically, and the fuel pump switches represent the actual location of the pumps in the aircraft. These switches control the fuel pumps for the tanks 1 and left and tank 2 at the right and the center tank. The cross feed rotary opens or close the cross feed value. When open, either of the engine make source the fuel from any tank. Under the normal circumstances, the left engine is fed by the left and center tanks and right engine by the right and the center tanks. In overhead panel, in the bottom side, there is a APU, engine start and external light switches are there. These panels support two main function of the APU and engine start: the control of the engine of the external taxi, runway and collision lights. Starting the APU accomplished by the holding the switches in the start position for a few seconds, then the releasing the back to on the position, and APU shutdown is accomplished by the moving the switch to the off positions. This is the first section of the our overhead panel. Now the second section is over here. The ice and rain protection panel is there. This panel used to control the windows and the pilot tube heaters to protect against the fogging of the icing. Switches at the top. This panel provide to active left hand side and forward the windows heaters. The right hand side is the forward window heaters, and two external pilot tube heaters are there, A and B. Switches are in bottom panel are provided to wing, electrical and anti-ice, to engine intake and anti-ice heaters. In overhead panel, there is another section is there. This is a temperature control section. The panel monitor the controls the cabin temperatures. The rotary controls at the top right is used to select the region of the cabin to be monitored, with the associated temperature being the displayed by the gauge and upper left. This one. The three rotary controllers lower portion of the panel. The panel set the temperature of the right, left to the flight deck, forward cabin and aft cabin. Forward cabin and aft cabin is there. Exactly down there is a pneumatic panel is there. This panel controls the aircraft pneumatic system, which can be supplied by the engine, APU or ground service. The pneumatic system provides the air for the engine to starting, air conditioning packs and wing anti-ice boots. The duct pressure gauge display the available pressure in the left and right pneumatic system. Recirculating fans and recirculating filter air pack to the cabin to reduce bleed air requirement. The left pack and right pack switches are directed to bleed air to the air condition packs for the cabin environment control. The isolation wall is used to isolate the left and right pneumatic system. When the set the auto, this wall open and close automatically as required by the pneumatic system. When the set to close, the left to right and the pneumatic system operate independently. The wing anti-ice switches are direct bleeded air to the left and right, de-icing the boots at the leading edge of the wings. When the APU bleed switches is on, the pneumatic system is pressurized using the bleed air from the auxiliary power unit. This is a small internal turbine is located at the rear of the aircraft. This section is known as the hydraulic section, which is very important to the aircraft. The pressure to the two hydraulic system A and B may be provided from the engine driven and electrical driven pumps. The switches on the panel control the sources of hydraulic pressures. Hydraulic system A may be sourced from the engine drive pump 1 or electrical drive pump 2 or both. Hydraulic system B may be a sources from the engine drive pump 2 or electrical drive pump 1 or both. In the middle one section is there a miscellaneous equipment switches are there, like circuit breakers are there, equipment schoolings are there. Then this is no smoking or fasten your seat belt is there. Then a wiper is also there. I will show you wiper. Exactly the behind of this panel there is altitude set is there to set our altitude. For example, we are flow on the Bombay Delhi. The flight altitude given the 34,000 feet, so we have to set 34,000 feet over here, and altitude, the landing altitude is there. For example, 1,500 feet, we have to set a 1,500 feet. This is our main overhead panel. There is a mast. Then we proceed to the upper one. This is aft overhead panel, and this is called a forward overhead panel. In aft overhead panel, we see the flaps and the slats is there. These lights should be properly blink, otherwise there is a problem in the particular area. Is the indication is there. This panel is known as our navigation and GPS values is there. When our aircraft is in a dark cold condition and we have to set airport our GPS location, we have to do the setting from these two switches. Right now I am on the Mumbai airport. As a ICAO code is a VABB, and my already GPS is set, so I'm not need to do again. If there is a complete dark load, cold dark is there, then we need this one. This is dome light is there. Here one is here, and one is over here. This is give the light to the cockpit, but in daytime we not required. This is the landing gear extension is there, left gear, right gear, and this is nose gear. This is a landing gear switch is there. If three lights are not working properly, or might be any technical issue is there, then there is the alternative option is there to examine a landing gear is properly closed or not, is out or in. We can check over here. This is alternative option in 737-800 series aircraft. Right now we are completed the aft and the forward our overhead panels. Now we will move to the cockpit main seat of the captain. Okay. Okay. I will just I settle down on the seat. Once I settle down on the seat, my first thing is that I have to do the fire test. This fire test belong to engine 1, APU, auxiliary power unit, and engine 2. Another fire test is there. This is a cargo hold fire test. After fire test, I have to do the oxygen test over here. I have to ensure is the oxygen. Over here at your left hand side, the captain left hand side, there is a cockpit clock is there. The captain always give the time to the documentation or ATC by the Zulu time, which is indicated in the cockpit. Now we are at starting the main and important panels of the aircraft. This is preliminary instrumented panels. All are there. This is 2 here and 2 is over here. This complete section is a preliminary instrument panels. In the preliminary instrument panel, there is the electronic altitude and director indicator is there. Is in short form we call EAD. This is a left LCD panel. Is avionic cluster. The EADI displays altitude of the aircraft relative to the horizon and altitude above the sea, and altitude via the scale on the right hand side. The altitude display informs the pilot whether the aircraft is flying straight or turning, and whether the aircraft is climbing or descending. This information is crucial in the instrument conditions when the outside horizon is not visible. The EADI also displayed the localizer and the glide slope, the deviation when the couple or to on the ILS approach. In the local term, we can say the brown area indicate for the land side, and the blue area indicate a sky side. Oh, in the left hand side there is a speed is there. You can see the N1 or N2 speed is there. At your left hand side you can see you can see the altitude is there. The nearby panel is a electronic horizontal situation indicator. It's called EHSI. EHSI panels, I will show you just 1 second. Okay. EHSI panel is right LCD panel in a avionic cluster. The EHSI panel displays the aircraft position and a magnetic heading like a compass. The display is presented in the plan view. It's as if looking down at the aircraft from directly above. If the flight plan has been input using the FMS, this panel also displays the aircraft position and relative to the desired track. Now I will show you the FMC, the one of the most important part of the aircraft. On this part the aircraft is run. We are at now at the VABB airport. This is Mumbai International Airport. We are going to Delhi. Our Delhi code is VIDP. Our company is set some route like a bomb Delhi, zero 01. is called company route. Our departure runway is 27. This is Mumbai airport. The main runway is there. Our flight number is VTI. This is our ICAO code of the airlines. 940. Our departure is runway number 27. Anol to Alpha is there. Transition is ISRIS is there. On arrival, the ILS runway is 11 is there. And this is Atrif 5F, Fox and Chi is there. Now you can see on EHSI the flight route is there. But not in the active position. Once I activate my route and execute, my route is activated. I will show you the from the FMC the leg is there. This is dot lines is indicate the runway line. This is the Mumbai airport runway number 27. Over here we can see the Arabian Sea after our takeoff. Then we proceed to the Delhi via Ahmedabad route. And land into the Delhi after this one. EHSI panel is very important in aircraft to indicate the complete and detailed route information. After this panel, we will see backup EADI or EHSI. If in certain situation at your flight level 350 or any flight level, EADI and EHSI panel both are blackout, there is a one backup provision is there of this instrumental panel. The instrumental panel also is very important, indicate this land side, land and air. These instruments provide the redundancy in the event of the failure of the primary and EADI and EHSI, and the combined the functions are both into the single unit. The backup EADI and EHSI is powered by the separate electrical sources. Means Boeing are set in the emergency our alternate solution in the aircraft. Above these both displays, there is the instrumental lighting and control panels are there. We have to adjust our lights brightness. At your captain left hand side, there is a tiller is there. The large aircraft is frequently equipped with the tiller for the nose wheel steering. The tiller here will respond to the rudder and command to the steering of the on the ground. Now there is a small switch is there, the annunciators and a light test. The captain or first officer who doing the cockpit check, he needs to do the light check because the light indicate the proper channel of the aircraft. Like if a particular switch is not working, the light will be not over there. If there is a light is there, then we can say yes, this particular switch is not working. So I have to check the aft overhead panel and overhead forward overhead panels, front switches, MCB panel, main displays, EADI and EHSI, our fire test communication panel is completely proper with the all light systems. So I will switch off the lights back to normal. After this, we can see the MCB panel is there. In MCB panel, we can set the course like our runway number is 27 is there. 27 indicates a 270 degree. We will set 270 over here. When our FMC is set with the takeoff diagram, we have a V2 speed. There is a 3 speed of aircraft V1, VR and V2. For example, our V2 C is a 150. We will set a 150 over here. Our heading of the runway is 270 is there. So we set over here also same value like course 270. Particular ATC officers, airport officers are giving the initial altitude like after takeoff just continue the initial altitude. In altitude we set like for example Mumbai delivery give the initial altitude of 5000 feet, then we will set a 5000 feet over here. This is the first officer seat. First officer seat I have to same course like a 270 degree. Our after this MCB panel there is a one FD is there, like a flight director is there. We have to on the flight directors to give the proper direction to the aircraft. Here a small round dial is there. It indicate the flaps settings are there. The flaps are there like over here. If I set the flaps 1 over here, this will be move and set to the flaps 1. During the landing I will give the complete flap down. Completely flap down to reduce the speed of the aircraft like this. But during the takeoff I will set for runway number 27 of Mumbai airport is a long runway. I will set a flaps 1 which is enough for me. These small switches they are very important to RTO restricted takeoff at to reduce a speed and to control the aircraft. This is landing gear switch. Right now the aircraft is on ground, the bar is at the downside, and when the aircraft is take off to landing gear up to close the hatches of the aircraft. This indicate the N1 of engine 1, N1 speed of engine 1 and engine 2. This panel indicate the fuel quantity in the center tank, left tank and the right tank. This panel indicate the N2 speed of the aircraft of Boeing 737-800 series at engine 1 and engine 2. At the first office side there is another one safety test is there. I will show you that also. Just see.
Glide slow. Pull up. Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear. Terrain. Terrain. Pull up.
This test indicate the wind shear, pull up, terrain, obstacles at the airport or nearby area. Wind shear is a very dangerous to the aircraft, or turbulence area is in the winter side time or monsoon time in the Mumbai. So this, if the wind shear is there during the landing or takeoff, this wind shear alert will pop up and give the alert to the captain and first officer immediately. Guys, this is a small but the very healthy aircraft of Boeing company 737-800 series. Very easy, very competitive and very easy to understand. This is Boeing 737-700 yoke is there. You can see. I will doing the yoke. This is rudder paddles are there. Rudder paddles is used to turn a aircraft on the ground and very properly work. After this, we will see the most important of the speed of aircraft. This is engine 1 throttle is there and it is engine 2 throttle is there. The parking I said, I will give the test, just 1 second. You can see the value will increase and you can see here the sound of aircraft engine 1. Over here is a speed brake lever, spoiler lever is there, who reduce the speed during the landing. Over here is our elevator trim is there. When the load and trim staff will give the load sheet, over there is maintained the stab trim. The captain will set according to load sheet the stab trim over here and set according to the aircraft. Over here, the one of the most important panel is a communication. The captain is very depend on the communication box from the various frequency to the ATC and if required the nearby aircraft. In the ATC there is certain frequencies are there, like delivery is there, ground is there, tower is there, approach, radar, area controller, the frequencies are there. There is a particular flow of communication is like first is delivery, who give the route clearance, the ground who give the pushback and taxing, tower is giving the takeoff and continue to the climb, approach is give the further flight altitude levels, and radar to ensure the smooth operation from other aircraft. Exactly behind, when we take a route clearance, that time our ATC staff will give the SCOC code who identify our aircraft in the air. There is one of the another system is there. This is a TICAS system is there, who indicate that if there is another aircraft in the front or in another aircraft in behind, we will give the indication on the EHSI. TICAS button will be on only at the holding point of the runway before takeoff. To avoid the first issues from the aircraft to aircraft, and second thing to indicate the traffic near the aircraft. TICA system is very helpful to avoid the major air accidents and incidents. In aircraft, there is certain manuals are there, aircraft documents are there, which is come under the country to country authorities are there. The hydraulic pumps and switches and lots of things are there. Circuit panels, circuit breakers are there, panels are there. Behind the first officer seat, behind the captain seat also. The fire extinguisher also is there in the emergency of fire. So this is a small, healthy and effective aircraft of Boeing 737-800 series. This is NG. NG stand for the next generation, and ER is the extended range aircraft of Boeing 737-900, which is I will cover in the next video. For time being, thank you, Jai Hind. I hope so. You enjoy my the Boeing 737-800 cockpit tour. Thank you very much.